Welcome to Heart of Clojure! Woo! So, it's been 5 long years. Raise your hand if you're in this picture. Nice. Raise your hand if this is your first Heart of Clojure. Oh, lots of first-timers. Welcome. All right, it's going to be a great 2 days. Thank you all for being here. So I want to start with asking the question, why do we even go to conferences? And there's lots of good reasons, right? Like you want to stay up to date, you want to network, you want to present your research or find business opportunities, right? No. Because it can change your life. And I know that that sounds like hyperbole, but that's actually science. So in 2019, this paper came out. It's titled, Go to More Parties, Social Occasions as Home to Unexpected Turning Points in Life Trajectories. And the authors basically state that when a number of conditions are met, and some of those are that you're in a special world, something that's a little outside of daily life, where things are a little unexpected, and you're in uncomfortable environments or new environments, and there's something they call collective effervescence. There's energy, there's emotional bonds between people. And you're bringing disparate people together, people who don't meet each other regularly, who may not know each other yet, from different places, different groups, but they get to meet. And so when all these conditions are met, you get something they call faithfulness. And faithfulness means that the situation is indeterminate and consequential. So consequential, like if you don't file your tax returns or you don't file your taxes, you don't pay your taxes, that's consequential. That's also fairly determinate. You can more or less, know what to expect when you do that. If you're playing a mobile game, that's indeterminate. You don't know if you're going to win or lose, but it's very inconsequential. It really doesn't matter. But an event like this, people travel over here, they put time and energy in. You don't know exactly how the whole thing's going to go. We don't know exactly how the whole thing's going to go. You don't know who you're going to meet. And that's what makes it exciting, and that's what creates space for unexpected opportunities. So I've done a lot of conferences in the last 15 years, and I've made really great friends there, and like years later, they might, have a job opportunity for me, and, all kinds of stuff, like you meet people, you have experiences, and you don't know yet, what impact these might have on your life, but I can promise you that they can very easily be life-changing. Now, that said, the authors of the paper also point out that these same kind of faithful occasions can have a higher chance of transgressions. So because of the same ingredients, people are outside of, their daily life, they're, maybe a little bit less inhibited, boundaries blur, and so I want you all to be aware, and hopefully everyone knows this, that this event is governed by the Berlin Code of Conduct. If you're here, that means that you've read this document and that you agree to abide by it. It's nothing life-shattering. Most of these kind of events have very similar code of conducts. Basically, be respectful of each other, behave courteous, and you should be fine. So I ask again, why go to conferences? That was one good reason, but there's another good reason, and that it's because it makes us collectively smarter. And again, that sounds like hyperbole, but that's actually science. So in the book, The Extended Mind, Annie Murphy Paul talks about how you can think outside the brain. I know this is going to be a little small, but I'll read it for you. So thinking outside the brain means skillfully engaging entities external to our heads, the feeling and movements of our body, the physical spaces in which we learn and work, and the minds of the other people around us, drawing them into our own mental processes. By reaching beyond the brain to recruit these extra neural resources, we are able to focus more intently, comprehend more deeply, and create more imaginatively, to entertain ideas that would be literally unthinkable by the brain alone. And so we're very used to thinking about our bodies, our spaces, the people around us, but what Annie Murphy Paul says, that you can think with the body and the space and the relationships around you. So you can move your hands to explain and better understand abstract concepts. You can organize the space around you to promote idea generation. You can have social interactions which lead to deeper understanding and more accurate memory. And so that's what we do when we go to conferences. So get out of your head, move around, and this is explicit permission to move around. We have 2 venues. There's going to be really interesting talks here. There's also going to be great workshops over there. But there's a whole city to explore. There's a park in front of Hall 5. We have multiple spaces at Hall 5. This is an interactive event, and you need to figure out where at any moment, makes the most sense for you to be. You create your own conference experience. So interact with other people. Our speakers would all love you to be here and see their talks, but don't spend the entire 2 days sitting in a chair. Make sure you make enough space and time to meet, talk to other people. And come alive. That's really what it's about. We're all used to spending so much time behind our desk, and this is an opportunity to come out into the world, to interact, and to come alive. And this is an opportunity and an invitation for all of you to do just that. So conference comes from the Latin confero, Pharaoh meaning to bear or to carry, and so really it means to bring together. It also has the notion of to consult and to confer. But in my mind, I always think of it as, if you speak French, confero, faire as in to do. We're doing this together, and so this is not just like a conference, this is a do-ference. This is like an interactive event. You may already know that we have this compass thing. I hope. Okay, raise your hand if you have not yet seen this. He's built most of it, so. Okay, everyone's found their way to Compass. This is our schedule, but it's also the place where you can sign up for stuff like workshops, extracurricular activities, like the screen printing this afternoon. It's also a place where you can put in activities, and this can be all kinds of stuff. You want to meet with, like some folks put in a Clojure, an Emacs meetup for I think later today or tomorrow. You want to grab ice cream or grab a coffee with 5 other people, put in an activity, see who shows up, and you'll have a nice walk, do the thing you like to do with other interesting people, and meet someone new. So that's the idea of Compass. You can find that at compass.heartofclojure.eu. If you go into Compass, you also find a link there to our attendee guide. So this is a wiki document with all kinds of information. The first thing in there is safety. So you find some safety contacts there in case, referring to the code of conduct, something does happen that you want to reach out to the organization for. Find people with these kind of lilac crew t-shirts, or find the contact information over there. There's information there about transport, about lockers, all kinds of stuff. This is also a wiki page, so feel free to add more practical stuff there. If just like, oh, I figured this out and it's not in there, it's a collaborative event. Okay, I'm about to wrap up. I want to say one more thing. Maybe some of you already yesterday got to discover the fine pleasure of Belgian beer. And a lot of you have traveled from abroad here and are excited to try our excellent beers. And we do have really good beers, but Belgium knows that they're meant to be enjoyed in moderation. This is a professional event, even though it's a very casual event, and we try to make it very fun. We do encourage you to, enjoy these things in moderation, and to make sure that tomorrow and the day after you can still be here in the morning and be present and enjoy the day. One tip for you is to know what you're drinking. There's really great, excellent 0% beers these days. They've really, progressed in leaps and bounds in the last couple of years. And so Belgian beer really ranges from 0% to 10% and more. The standard lager is 5.2% here, which is stronger than in some places. I know that like in Scandinavia, this would be classified as a strong beer. And so there's some excellent beers in the 3 to 5% beer range. A lot of the popular beers are like in the 8-9% range. Don't get caught out. At Hall 5, we put the percentages on everything, and we mainly got like the 3, 4, 5% beers. Just FYI. Okay, I think that's all I have. So then it is up to me to introduce you to our excellent host, Jordan.
Awesome. Love those updates. Love this mic. Hi, everybody. I'm Jordan, aka Lambda. I'm a Clojure engineer and I'm a creative. I work at Nubank, and I've been friends with Arne for a good number of years now, and it's been a pleasure. I was really excited when he told me that Heart of Clojure is coming back and I could help with it. So there's some old friends, there's some new friends. Hopefully you'll make some new friends. But speaking of some new friends, this is Carmen.
Thank you. No, don't get excited. Y'all are going to be sick of me by the end of this. Hi, it is such a joy to be here. My name is Carmen. I'm coming in from Vienna in Austria. I have been adjacent to the Clojure community for a very long time, and I'm so excited to be here and doing my bit together with Jordan in guiding you through this wonderful couple of days. So I'm not going to ramble on too much about myself because y'all are probably like, I want to see some talks already. So yeah, let's introduce and invite onto the stage Lou. I don't know where they are. Oh. Lou Wilson. Oh, hi. So,
hi, thanks.
Lou shared with me that they're often told that they are leading a cult of frogs, which I'm very excited about. They're also running a podcast called Future of Coding, coding at TL Draw, and doing creative videos, which is so my jam. So I'm not going to steal the stage any longer. Please give a big round of applause for Lou Wilson.